all geek to me!
Hello, welcome to episode 13 of the It's All Geek to Me podcast. You know what time it is. It is time for some geek news. So, cue the applause. And cue the laugh track. It is now time for the geek news. The Marvels broke a record for the Marvel Cinematic Universe by becoming the lowest grossing movie in the history of Marvel. Anyone noticing a theme with the Disney politically correct movies? The Marvels, Black Panther 2, seeing Red flop like a big turd. Norman Lear, the famed producer and creator of All in the Family, The Jeffersons, and Good Times, died this week at 101 years old. Who would think in 2023 we could not make the shows he did in the 1970s because of political correctness? Oh, how far we have come. Denny Lane, founder of the Moody Blues and Wings with Paul McCartney, passed away this week, showing it was really time for him to go down. Yearly data has come out this week saying that cell phone usage was at a high in 2023, beating every other year in history of that title. Talk about a sign of the apocalypse. Look up from the phone, you dumb bastard, and talk to someone. Phone, you bastard. Look up. It's the world. All right, that's from the Geek News. Now it is time for the main topic and the new guest. Hello, welcome to It's All Geek to Me. Today we are joined by a new honorary guest on the podcast today, my sister Elena, but she likes to be called Lainie. I'm 3 years older than her. I'm intelligent.
Shut up.
No, but all serious aside, we love each other. We're on good terms right now.
Yeah.
But today we are discussing, if you read the title, Ninjago. We are huge Ninjago fans ever since it came out, right?
Yeah.
Well, you were a baby when it came out, so pretty much...
You got me into it.
Yeah, I got her into it, folks. So, we'll be discussing what we like about it, the fandom, the movie, god-awful, and just everything about it, and what could the future hold right now. So, we'll get started with the original series. So, what do you like about the original series, Lainie? What do you like about it?
Everything, I guess.
Yeah, you're not used to this, right? You're not being in the video, like, on a podcast.
Shut up, Sword. That's gonna edit that.
All right. But all serious aside, but I love Ninjago. Okay, the first season, maybe they could have explained a little. Okay, they had like this. I don't know if you noticed, but they had like these like original shorts before Ninjago came out.
Yeah, there
Like
was one
Secrets
where
of the Blacksmith, discussing Garmadon's origin story.
there was a really funny one where Kai drank like Zen tea,
Yeah.
and then Jay had to like
The idiot.
get him out of it.
Yeah.
The Chad.
Yeah. But I love the getting rid of. I do like how in those shorts they discuss Garmadon's backstory. Garmadon. Okay, I'm just kind of sad that he's gone. They kind of ruined his character arc by bringing him back in season 8, The Sons of Garmadon. Like they planned to bring him back from the dead, the evil one back from the dead, and I think they just ruined that completely. Do you think they ruined like his arc completely?
Yeah.
His story was complete in okay, he served his purpose and then he redeemed himself, and then of course he helped the ninja, and then of course he like redeemed himself in season 4 of Ninjago during the Tournament of Elements, and of course he goes to the Curse Realm, and then he of course dies because the Curse Realm's dead. So yeah, well, it's destroyed by Nia, but the first season, let's get into the first season, The Rise of the Serpentine. I bet our brother likes that so much because it has snakes in it. Okay, snake people, that is good. Snake people?
I like snakes. They're nice.
I
wish I had a snake.
I hate snakes. But
You hate snakes? I wish I had a
yeah,
snake.
but snake people, like, that is cool. The Serpentine, great name. And, of course, it takes place after they defeated Lord Garmadon. And then, of course, you see Lloyd Garmadon. They handle Lloyd, by the way. I like how Lloyd just starts out as, like, a little brat.
And
then
hang
he becomes...
him from, like, a lighting...
Yeah, they slide him from the lighting pole.
And then he changes, like, forever.
Yeah, and then, of course, he goes to find the Hypnobrai. Is that how you pronounce their name?
Yeah.
The Hypnobrai. And, of course, he controls the snakes, then the general, and then we get the best snake character, in my opinion, or the Serpentine, Scales. I like how he's, like, second in command.
I like how he shrinks in, like, the 6th season. We see him small?
We see him in the 3rd season with Scales Jr., and he's got a kid, but then, like, and we see him again in the 7th. He is in the 4th season, and he's also in the 7th season, like, in the sewers, and he's telling them where to go. Which is cool.
You know a lot.
Yeah, we watched Ninjago too much, but season 1, great premise. It redeemed Lloyd because I like how Lloyd opens up the Serpentine tombs, and then of course he gets to the Anacondri, and then that's when they literally go to hell. They literally.
I have a few bullet points about what I want to tell you.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about because.
So what did you want to talk to me about here today?
So I have five
things you want to tell me about.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want to talk to me about?
I wanted to talk to you about Lloyd's age up.
Yeah, that's pretty confusing, to be honest, because you have Lloyd, he's supposed to be a kid, and then in the 2nd season, this episode, Child's Play, not the horror franchise, that's different, but in the episode, they of course have to face the Grundle, who's supposed to be this ancient, like, monster that hunts down ninja, and then somehow Sensei Wu knows this person. Sensei Wu, of course, has the magical tea, and he... Yeah, Jazz hands. And he, of course, goes to tell... He gives it to the ninja to reverse them back to their adulthood, but then Lloyd uses... They plan not to use it at first, but then Lloyd uses it, and then, of course, it ages him up. Like, what's up with that? And then, literally, the series skips over that and just accepts that he's an adult.
I think they did it because I think the creators didn't want, like, the leader of the group to be, like, a 9-year-old child.
Yeah. A 9-year-old,
like,
a 9-year-old kid.
I think the creaters thought that would be a little bit weird, and that would be a little bit weird.
Yeah,
so
it would be a little weird.
I think they made the logical choice to, like,
they
make him.
And
it worked with the story.
Yeah,
like, it gave him a lot more angst.
Yeah, it did give him a lot more angst, and we get to see him take on more
angsty headcanons.
Yeah, but I like how it gets more into depth. I like how we get to see him, because of his aging, he's able to handle some certain things, like how he takes down his father, and then he literally fights a ghost, and then he, of course, we just get to see more stuff.
Yeah.
We'll get to the 5th season soon. Wait, what?
Still can't believe we got possessed. That's another thing
I
want to talk to you about.
Yeah, that. What did you want to... What about it? What?
Some people think that they headcanon that Moro and Lloyd are technically cousins.
I do not think so. Do you want to know why?
Well, because, like, Wu took him in.
Yeah.
As like, a son.
Yeah, but there's no way that they would have... Because if they were cousins, then...
I think they call them, like, the disaster cousins.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Like the disaster twins on Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Like,
but I don't get that, because if Wu recognized Moro, then he would know that's, like, his cousin's, or not his cousin, but, like, his brother's or sister's child. He would know that immediately.
No, I'm not talking about, like, biologically. I'm talking about Wu took Moro in as, like, a son. So I think Moro always thought of Wu as, like, his father before he got, like, betrayed.
Yeah, because Wu does not... So technically, kind of... Because we don't see Wu have any children. The only one, of course, who has children is Garmadon. And then, of course, he married Misako, and he had Lloyd. If you just
sum it all up, if you think of Lloyd as Moro's cousin...
It could actually
kind
of
work.
Lloyd got
possessed by his jealous cousin.
Yeah.
He almost died by his cousin.
I know. The 5th season, Moro was a pretty badass villain. I will agree. He was really
probably
good.
My favorite.
He's probably your favorite?
Yeah.
I think it's homage to the actor of Cole, who sadly passed away, Kirby Morrow. I think it was an homage to him because they used his name for the villain. Do you think so? Yeah, rest in peace, Kirby Morrow. You wanted to talk to me about a few other things? What did you want to talk to me about? Well, before that, I'm just saying,
okay,
all right.
I wanted to talk to you about what's your favorite scene in the whole entire show.
My favorite scene of Ninjago?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
I know mine.
What's yours?
No pizza for you.
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
in the first episode.
Yeah, where Wu, like, they're being lazy. Where, like, Jay's like, yeah, peace is boring. But then later you appreciate peace.
Peace is boring.
He
Almost
just
dies in every season.
I know. I don't.
Zane dies so much.
I know. Zane dies a lot. He first.
They overlook Zane so much.
But
like,
Zane was able to rebuild himself.
He dies like 3 times.
Well, Zane probably knew he was going to die in the 3rd season. Then, of course, he rebuilt himself. They do actually say he did rebuild himself.
He's like immortal.
Yeah, kinda.
Like, unless the world like has no technology, he's immortal.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like,
I don't know what my favorite scene
forever.
is. I don't know what my favorite scene is. There are so many good seasons. If I had to say from my favorite seasons, though, my favorite seasons are season 7 with the Hands of Time, and then season 5, Possession. My favorite scene from
Possession was really good.
Yeah, Possession is the fan base's favorite. But Possession, my favorite scene in that is probably when Nia unlocks her first full potential. I will agree, that was the best scene of the show.
A lot of people hate on Nia.
Why?
I don't know. Like,
well, it was destined for her to become a ninja at some point.
yeah.
It was
It kinda
destined.
makes sense,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And my favorite scene from season 7, that's tough. There are many good moments. I think the flashbacks where Garmadon and Wu fought Crux and Acronix, that was the best.
Yeah.
The Crux and Acronix duel, I thought that was awesome.
So.
What's next? What did you want to talk to me next?
Who's your favorite ninja?
And
who is your least favorite ninja?
favorite ninja? I'm gonna have to go with Lloyd. Lloyd, I've always found very interesting. Lloyd, of course, started out as a evil child. Okay, not evil, just corrupted. And
then they hung him from a lamppost.
Yeah, they hung him from a
Simple but effective.
But I like how his arc. I like how they chose him to be the green ninja and not the other ninja. I like how Kai gets jealous of it, and then like they bring this up
Gets
later.
jealous of a 9-year-old kid.
I know he gets jealous of a 9-year-old kid becoming like the savior, because the green ninja's like the savior of Ninjago.
Can't deal with like a 9-year-old kid being like the savior of the universe.
And that's probably made sense why they aged him, right? That made sense probably why they aged him.
with his freaking bowl cut, bro.
Yeah. And I think Lloyd, because I like his arc, of course, he starts out as a bad guy, and then they took him in and he became a good guy. And then he became the Green Ninja, and he was the chosen one. And just seeing the look on yes, but just seeing the look on Garmadon's face when he finds out, oh crap, I'm gonna have to fight my own kid, and then he's just like, come on, dude. And but
I liked Garmadon in the earlier seasons.
Garmadon was good. I like how in the 3rd season he's like, I take it back. I do want my 4 hands back. Remember, I do want my 4 hands. But Lloyd's my favorite ninja. My least favorite ninja. I like them all. Jay, easily. It's probably Jay.
Really?
I don't like Jay. I always thought Jay was just, like you said, this Chad character. And then, I mean, he's there for comic relief, of course. Like, he's like, oh, the Serpentine Tombs! Yeah, they're underground, sure. But we can just hide under there while the Great Devourer eats the world. I just love how he's the comic relief. Season 7, no, not 7, 6, Skybound with the Sky Pirates.
He gets 2 focus seasons.
He does?
Doesn't he?
I think he does.
Yeah.
I thought he only got 1. Skybound is... Okay, that season would have been
Nia
good.
dies in both of them.
I know. Well, Nia doesn't technically die later on. She just kind of merges with the sea.
Technically... Well, like, the fandom refers to it as death.
Why?
Which is technically true, because, like, she's not human anymore. And,
Yeah.
like, she went away from them. And, like, is now living in some, like, heaven-like place.
Yeah.
Like, mystical place, which is the ocean.
It's kind of
And if
weird.
you really think about it, the ocean is really mystical. So technically, if you
Yeah.
really think about it, she kind of like half died.
Yeah,
you know?
kinda. But season 6 would have been good if Jade didn't literally frickin' reverse time. It would have been.
Why? Then we would have killed off Nia.
That's true. But yeah, that's true. But I do
Fans
like.
can't deal with
And then I
that.
like how he says, like, no one ever found the teapot in the first place. And then when he wishes, it's just like a critical blow to Nauticon. He's just like, oh. And he's just like, your wish
shot
is...
a second time.
I know, he just like, yeah. But yeah, Jay, he is a good character, but I just think he's my least favorite of the ninja, in my opinion. Who's your favorite ninja and least favorite?
My favorite, I'm gonna have to go with Kai.
Kai, the hothead.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Because, like,
Why?
I don't get why, but he's always been just, like, so cool.
Yeah, Kai has, of course, like, that jealousy.
All his followers on Chirp.
Yeah! And when
all his followers on Chirp.
Yeah, and I like how when they're going to... Because they don't want to be followed in Season 6 of the first episode. And he says, reply! Of course I'm at the hospital!
My hair is
sick! I don't know why, but just like Kai, of course he can be having those sides, but then when it comes to fighting, he's really serious. I always think he's like second in command.
He's that friend that like you always want to have by your side for everything.
Yeah, because even like when Garmadon was in the Curse Realm, Kai said to Lloyd, "Don't worry, I'm gonna watch over you from now on."
Yeah, because like he's destined to protect Lloyd.
Yeah, he even saved the Chosen One like multiple times before.
That's how he unlocked his true potential.
Yeah, that's how he unlocked his true potential. Thank you. So who's your least favorite ninja?
This is hard.
Who?
I'm gonna have to run him in my mind.
Well, once she's thinking that, Jay, I get. Oh, who did you pick? It could just be
for any. Least favorite?
Yeah, for your least favorite. That's tough, isn't it? Or do you not have one?
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
No, Dareth.
He's not even part of the ninja.
He's the brown ninja.
I will agree he is kind of stupid, but he is funny.
He got
He
got some riz, but not enough to make the team.
Yeah. I like how in the season 8 we see a time skip and I was like, I may be old, but I'm still ready to fight, and then like a monster shows up and he's like, nope, I take it back. I don't want to fight anymore. Season 1 though, great season. Season 2's called Legacy of the Great Ninja, Green Ninja. Oh, The Legacy of the Green Ninja. That,
jeez, oh my god.
Yeah. I love that season. Season 2, and many people thought it was going to be the end. Many people thought Ninjago was done because it served its main storyline.
It had like 15 seasons.
But the true prophecy all along was not Lloyd.
15, I think.
Yeah, but the true prophecy technically wasn't Lloyd fighting his father. It was Lloyd fighting the Overlord, technically.
Yeah, because the Overlord possessed Garmadon.
Yeah, that was not... I think that was the real prophecy. Many people are split, being like, oh, was it the true prophecy to fight the Overlord all along? Or was he supposed to fight his father, but the Overlord just gave him a bonus?
When his father was, like, in the Cursed Realm in season 5.
Yeah.
5 is the possessed.
Yeah, that's season 5.
Like, he was still destined to fight the Overlord, right? He was still carrying on as Green Ninja. And, like, if his father was in the Cursed Realm, like, his prophecy would have been fulfilled.
Yeah, it's complicated. It's sorry, but season 2, I like that season. I like how we even meet Misako, the mother, who Wu was supposed to marry, but then literally in we'll get to season 4 in a minute. Why she didn't? If you watch the show, you know why they don't get married.
I know my least favorite Ninjago character, Misako.
Why do you not like Misako?
Because she abandoned Lloyd for, like, no reason.
Yeah, I will admit that was stupid, but then as the series goes on...
I don't hate her, but she's not... She's definitely not my favorite. She's my least favorite.
She just doesn't do anything exciting.
I don't have unrathing hate for her. I just...
Yeah.
Gives me the ick.
Yeah. Season 2, people thought it was going to be the end. But then we get to season 3, which is maybe... Well, it's not the shortest season... It's the second shortest. And I love how it goes from the Overlord comes back. You couldn't have done anything original. And then, of course, Zane sacrifices himself, which was the most, up to that point, that was the emotional moment of the show. I, cried when I saw that. I almost cried when I saw it. I thought Zane was gonna die. I thought Zane was dead.
Zane needs a break, okay?
I know, Zane's been...
He's the therapist of the group, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to therapy behind everybody's back.
Yeah, but just seeing that for the first time, I was shocked that he died. That shows Zane's very selfless out of the group.
Yeah.
And no one even bothers the fact that he's a robot.
He needs therapy.
But he's a
robot.
All
of them do.
Nah. Okay. Going back to your list, did you want to explain anything else?
Y'all sure did.
Like what?
I wanted to talk to you about the Tournament of Elements.
Yay! Since we're done with season 3,
My favorite season!
That is your favorite season. Season 4...
For absolutely no reason, I just like it so much.
Yeah, you get to see the ninja fight other people with powers.
With roller skates on.
Yeah, skates! I like how Kai's like, skates. Why did it have to be skates?
But, like, he has built-in jet boosters.
I know, he technically does have built-in jet boosters.
So, like, where's the problem with that?
I know, what's the problem
with skate? Awesome.
You can't skate, he can't swim, he can't do... Why can't Kai
swim? He can't do anything beginning with S.
I know. Swim. Yeah, he can't do anything, but, season 4 was probably...
He never sacrificed himself?
Yeah.
No, he did sacrifice himself. He jumped in the water to save Lloyd.
Yeah, he did.
In season 6.
5.
5.
Yeah, you've had a rough day. But well, sorry, but sorry about that. But season 4 is probably what? All right, put that down. But in season 4 is great season. It's not my favorite, but I do love what they introduced at the time. I do love how they introduced... I mean, they had to bring back Zane, obviously. It's not going to be the show without him. But this... And, of course,
my wrath would be immeasurable.
And Zane has a lot of good moments. Zane had a lot of good moments in the past seasons, and he's a fan favorite. But I love how the process of... I like how the show didn't make it like, oh, it's just like you're going to find him, like, in a heartbeat, you know? I love how the process of the whole plot of the story.
Drag it out.
And then we learn, of course, more about Garmadon's past. This was his sensei, the one who taught him the dark arts, pretty much. This was the one who... He was the one who basically taught him the dark arts, of course. And I love how Garmadon has to go with them. And I love all the people they introduced, like the Master of Sound, Jacob, the Master of Sound, or the grandson of Speed. I like how Jay's like, Speed's not an element, and then Garmadon says the Master of Lightning. And then,
oh, snap!
Yeah. But Speed, I love levitation, nature. I like all those.
I wish they had magic.
Magic? Well, Klaus and Chen kind of had magic. Klaus was the magic.
Yeah, but, like, they all kind of had, like, I think Lloyd and, like, Chen
Lloyd
and
has
Klaus.
energy. Lloyd has energy.
I think Lloyd, Chen, and Klaus were the closest in that season to magic.
I like how they...
magic? No, it's elements.
It's elements. But I love how we get a plot, of course, because Garmadon, we get to learn about his past. And we even get to learn about the Serpentine Wars, which was way dated back in the first season. We get to see flashbacks from the Serpentine Wars and Garmadon fighting in it until his evil corruptedness from the Great Devourer took over. So, season 4, great ending. I loved Garmadon sacrificing himself. That took guts. No, like, be honest, like, that was a really good stuff.
Oh my gosh, the sacrifice.
Well, he did technically sacrifice himself. I
don't know why I did that. I just wanted to say something.
Yeah. But season 4 ended, like, on a good note. Garmadon risked his life. He was a changed man. He saved his son. He saved the ninja. He literally saved everybody. And then, of course, they say we say goodbye to a legend. Then, oh, surprise, surprise, a wind tornado shows up, and it's season 5, Moro. Now, this is where we get...
My favorite villain, and he deserves the title of the favorite
villain. Moro was a badass villain. Out of the 4...
Bro, he kicked the ninja's ass.
He did. He literally kicked the ninja...
Can I say that word on here?
Yeah, you can say that. We're fine with cursing on here. But, he did...
Shh. It's the group chat,
Sorry. But, he did kick the ninja's asses many, many times. He kicked them way more many times than I can count. But I like how he starts off as a ghost in the cursed realm, and then of course he escapes, and we learned that we just thought like, oh, he's just a ghost, but then he possesses Lloyd's body, and then of course Wu reveals there was one before him, and there was you 5, technically there were 5, but he says 4. You 4 weren't my first pupils. There was one before you, Moro, the Master of Wind. And then I like Moro's backstory. He was supposed to be destined to be the Green Ninja first, But of course,
no, he wasn't destined.
Well,
because he wasn't picked.
Well, Wu thought he could be
but
the Green Ninja.
He could, but he wasn't destined for it, so he wasn't.
He wasn't destined, so he technically wanted.
Wu just thought.
Yeah, Wu just thought he was gonna be. He can be the Green Ninja, and we see Moro desire for like admiration and just strength to become the Green Ninja. And I love how he goes in to see if the golden weapons work, and then he's like, I'm sorry, destiny has spoken. And then Moro literally, I don't know if Moro's supposed to be a child in the flashback or an adult, because he's an adult when season 5 takes place. But I like how he just rips the door off and says, I am the Green Ninja. You made me believe.
Rips the door off?
I know, he threw the door off. And
throws the door, plus rips it off.
And then, of course, he said that,
How light or heavy are those doors?
I don't know, but he just says, he said he was gonna go find the first Spinjitzu Master's tomb, and he said that my father had left no message, and he always left the gate open to see if he would return, and then he never came back.
I think I would be more freaked out if someone, like, rips off a door from its hinges and throws it.
Yeah, well,
like,
that's why.
Down the room. I think I would be more surprised by that than someone coming to possess the most famous person ever.
Yeah, well...
Which in their universe...
literally Wu says when discussing the backstory, he says he knew he could not teach those who would not listen. So that's why, I don't know if...
He was about to get eaten by a tiger.
No, it was a Grundle.
Grundle, sorry.
It was sorry, it's alright. It was a Grundle. Yeah, it's a Grundle. It has... I like how they introduced the Cloud Kingdom, and... okay, honestly, one of the saddest parts of Cloud
Town.
It was the Cloud Kingdom, but
it's Inside Out Cloud Town.
Yeah, but I love how in the episode 5, I don't know if I'm wrong, but the temple on Haunted Hill, I honestly thought they were all going to escape the temple until Cole emerged, and then of course he became a ghost.
I'm so sad that Cole
turned back into a human or ghost.
Got a ghost. There was this one scene in the show where they were like battling like the sea monster. I forget what it's called, but like all the ghosts like.
The preeminent.
Yeah, and then like someone was falling. I think it was either
It's not Cole.
Kai. I think it was Kai who was falling.
Yeah, Kai.
And because he was like falling into the water, and he was like, "Oh my god, I can't swim." So like. Cole was like, I'm gonna catch you, and then he just like falls through his body.
Yeah, I admit that was.
And then that's one of the like downsides. But like another time in that season, like he was hugging Nia, and then like his hand like.
Yeah, they showed that a few times in the episode, like where he grabbed like the robot. And then he, like, connected his hand to it. I don't understand that. Oh, and the episode after that, I know this has nothing to do with Season 5 being, like, one of the best seasons, but I love how they talk about the sword in the cloud, which is, of course, was going to show the obstacles in the Spinjitzu Master's tomb. I love how they fix Zane's voice, and then Kai says, I thought you fixed his voice.
He's a pirate now.
Yeah, and then Jay was like, I did. And then I made it better.
I did. And then I made it better. It's like that one scene in Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where April's like, I just need you to fix the animatronic. And then Donnie's like, I could, or I can make it
better.
Dazzle!
Yeah. But I love how
you should do an episode of
I will
Rise
back
of the Teenage Mutant
stay on
Ninja
top.
Turtles.
But season 5, it ended on a good note. I love how they finally introduced Nia to be a ninja after so freaking long. No, I'm serious. Like everybody.
How long was the time span, like in real life?
I don't know. The 5th season I think was made in 2015. Yeah, 2015.
When did it start? 2013.
2011.
2011. 2011, 2012, 2013. 4 years.
So it took 4 years for them to find out he was a ninja.
Real time, not just real time, not Showtime.
Yeah, not
Showtime,
in real
like,
time. But it was it was really cool to see her finally be a ninja. And then I like how she unlocks her true potential.
Yeah.
And then I like how Wu is just like comfortable the whole time.
She had to, like, let go of control.
Yeah, she had to let go of Samurai X. And
which is sad. Because like she didn't want to be a ninja, she wanted to be a samurai.
Oh, speaking of Samurai X, I love how in
I hate that samurai.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of.
No, Jay laying on the track.
Yes. Season 1, they had season 1. This was when Nia was first introduced as the samurai, and they all wanted to find out what was the samurai's identity, and they had different attempts, and then Jay's was the best.
Samurai,
where are you? Jay dressed up as a woman. And
pink dress, blonde hair.
yeah, everything. I don't know if you guys seen the series, but go watch it. It's fun. And
really? It's like one of those like Party City wigs you get.
yeah.
For,
it's just
50
like
cents.
even like I know like we bring up like little moments like in the show, but like that are funny. But that's like also what makes it fun too. The series like it shows there's little moments.
It wouldn't be a Lego show without.
I don't even think it's a Lego.
Crazy. It's crazy to think about their Legos.
Yeah, I honestly don't think they're Legos at all. Like I just
crazy.
I put the Lego part aside, and I just think of like, oh, this is just a show with different animation, you know?
Yeah.
Season 5 ended great. Now we get to season 6, which in my opinion, yeah, it's the worst season. But
what's season 6 again?
the Skybound with the Sky Pirates.
Oh.
I will admit that is another. Nauticon is probably my second.
I like Skybound.
You like? Yes, Nauticon's probably my second
Except
favorite.
that like Nauticon is just like
a genie, or he's just easy. He's just able to easily manipulate everybody. I think it's that, to be honest. You're supposed to be smart than that, Ninja.
Nia's 14 in that season. He wants to marry a 14-year-old.
I don't. Not a 14-year-old. It's weird.
Yeah, Nia. I'm gonna search it up.
Don't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Why?
It's just not for now. We'll say that later. You said you also wanted.
Nia is 14 in season 6, and then he's like, I don't know, thousands of years old.
I don't know.
He wants to marry a 14.
I don't think they're teenagers. I think they're like kind of like slash adults.
They're teenagers because after the redesigns, they were still teenagers.
I always.
He is like 14.
I don't always see that, to be honest.
Me neither, but it's canon though.
Yeah, so season 6 could have been like one of the best seasons. I will admit, Nauticon is maybe my second favorite Ninjago villain of all time. I will agree, he was pretty cool. And but he's able. One thing.
The Time Twins.
We'll get to those in a minute, but but he's able to manipulate them so easily. I will admit, a lot of the characters have been able to be easily manipulated, but it's just, come on. Nauticon is you're literally talking to a person who has like literally 4 arms and is a genie that came inside of a teapot and from another realm. Like, why?
A teapot, not even a genie.
But I do like how he frames them. I like how he frames them.
The Walmart version of a genie lamp. A teapot.
Yeah, I like how he frames them though. I like how he frames them. Yeah. I like the crimes though that they show. They show, of course, Lloyd robbing a bank, which kind of doesn't make sense. These crimes don't.
Money's green, like him. Oh my god.
Yeah, but he's able to shapeshift, and of course he wants to take over the realm. And I don't know why. I know he goes back to the realm, like after like he's almost ready to leave. Like he's just like, I'm done. And he goes back to his home, and then I don't know.
Weren't they about to like get beaten up by like junkyard people, like prisoners or something?
They were. That's when they go to prison. That's when they went to Styx.
No, like weren't they? No, like they're like in a junkyard with like, and they escape on like the crane.
Oh, that's
after,
Styx.
Like,
that's Styx. That's Styx, where season 5 final battle took place.
They were about to get like beat up by like a gang of people. And
no, that's the people of the village Styx, which is the.
Yeah, they were still gonna get beat up though.
I know it's crazy, but season 6 it had the potential to be good,
though.
But then of course the ending ruined it. But I understand why they.
Why did the ending ruin it? If we didn't get the ending we got, then Nia would have been killed off. Killed off. Oh my god.
I just didn't like that, because, like, okay, honestly, I think we could have lived without Nia, to be honest. Okay, not really, but I think it would have had a good character. No, but it could have had a good character impact on Jay, though. It could have had a good impact. We could have seen him become, like, a better character.
Yeah, but who would have been his love interest?
That's true.
He's a simp.
Yeah, but, before we get into season 7, there is something that takes place in between season 6 and season 7. That is the Day of the Departed special. Have you watched the Day of the Departed?
I think I have.
I All right, so I like the plot of that. They bring everybody back from the departed realm. They bring back Chen. They bring back Moro, Samukai, Kozu. They bring back those people. And I love how it's focused on Sensei Yang, the person who created the temple, the air jitsu. And I love, okay, going back to season 5 for a bit, I just want to bring up the part where they, like, have to go through the tests. I like how when Jay touched the picture, he's like, why did you touch this scary picture, Jay? I don't know it would do that, Cole. And I just like that part. All right, going back to season, I just wanted to bring that up. But going back to The Day of the Departed, I do like the plot. We get to see them fight each other. We get to see Pythor again after he swore he'd become a good guy. But, you know, bad guy's law. Pythor is another great villain in the series. But The Day of Departed, I like that. That's when Cole turns back into a human. Pretty good. And they get to use the Sensei Yang's temple for their new temple. And there's not that much to say about The Day of the Departed.
Dead guy's temple, yeah.
Yeah, there's not that much to say about Day of the Departed. It's kind of hated, actually, by the fan base. They don't really...
Really?
Yeah, they really don't like it. It was used to be on Netflix with the original show, but then they got rid of it.
Wasn't it used to, like, sink into the plot, but they didn't have enough space in the TV show?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, and it was supposed to serve as, like, a Halloween special, you know? But now we get into the 7th season of Ninjago called Hands of Time, and this is my favorite season and the last with the original classic style. In my opinion, I think the original 7 seasons are the classic ones. Yeah?
There's something else I wanted to talk to you about. Who's your favorite villain?
Oh,
Did you mention this already?
My favorite villains are Crux and Acronix, the Time Twins.
My favorite villain is Moro.
Moro?
Yeah.
All right. But season 7, I think, in my opinion, the 7 seasons are the classics with the original animation style and just in general the classics. Can you see that?
It was like kind of weird
that they decide
get, like, a new voice actor and then they made it apparent in the show. Like, your voice has changed. Like, Kai said that.
Zane said that. Okay, yeah, all of them said that. But
they basically said you're a man.
Season 7 was, again, we didn't even get to see anybody battle another person with an element since the Tournament of Elements. But then we get to learn that these two guys, one of them has been living in the normal timeline for about, like, years, and no one even suspected it.
I thought you were about to say, like, living on the streets, and I was
not living on the street, but he managed to impersonate Dr. Saunders. I don't think he was a real person, he just made him up. But Crux was able to impersonate somebody for years without Wu or Garmadon or any of those people knowing.
Isn't that how he manipulated Kai's parents and Leah's parents?
Yeah, that's when he revealed himself, because he pretended to be their friend, and then, of course, he revealed himself. Of course, Acronix goes into time, and he's lost forever. But before that, Garmadon and Wu, of course, see a glimpse of the future, meaning he'll come back. And then, of course, Wu knew about it, Garmadon knew about it. But I think if Garmadon was, if Crux or Acronix before the events of the series, even if he was evil, I think he would come back and fight Crux and Acronix, you know?
Yeah.
But I love that season. It gets a little more serious. We get to see Kai and Nia finally find their parents. That's been a mystery since season 1. And then of course, in season 4,
I don't get why they didn't do anything. Like, they're the fire and water.
Because it passes on. The elements...
And then it gets rid of it?
The elements are very weird of how it works. Because the elemental masters... I'm sorry. You wanted to say something?
I thought that, like... It gets passed on, yeah, but, like, don't they still have it?
It's kind of complicated because...
And they're trained ninjas, so why didn't, like, when he took off the mustache and, like, the flashback, why didn't they just, like...
They're not ninjas.
Punch him.
They weren't ninjas. They were just the masters of fire and water, the parents. But
they were
the elemental masters...
Yes, they were. Because remember when Kai and Nia impersonated their parents, but they had their, like, ninja masks on?
Yeah.
And then young Sensei Wu was like, did you get new ninja suits or something?
True.
They were all, like, part of it.
Okay.
At least they could have done
But the elemental masters and / the Spinjitzu Master Spirit were able to choose the people who they thought were suitable for the power. And season 7, they explore the true meaning of Kai and Nia's powers, which are great. I don't like how Sensei Wu is out of it the entire time. I like how when Wu is, like, fighting in his mind the demons, he first fights Misako because he never told her how much he loved her. Garmadon, because he failed him because he turned to the dark side. Because Wu even blames himself for Garmadon turning evil. And then, of course, Moro for his student becoming his greatest failure. That just hits Wu hard. Like,
I think that hits Moro more than Wu. Greatest failure.
Yeah, greatest failure. I don't like the
I feel for Moro. He was just like
the Venermillion.
I feel bad for Moro.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't feel bad for Nauticon though.
The Vermilion. That's how it was. The Vermilion. I don't think we really didn't need any more snake people after this. The Vermilion were just useless, in my opinion. They were useless.
I think the snake people are
the Vermilion or the Serpentine.
The Vermilion or the Serpentine. The Serpentine are the ninja's most common enemy.
Yeah, they're the common, but
they get more villains, but the snakes show up
in the first season.
Yeah.
In the first 2 seasons.
And a lot more times, you know.
Yeah, Vermilion, in my opinion, the Vermilion were useless. The Vermilion were useless, in my opinion. I don't think they really needed them. In my opinion, I don't think they were needed. Like, Crux and Acronix were literal. Okay, I understand they don't have their. I don't think. Okay, yes, they don't have their powers, but I just think it was just they were lazy that they were bringing snake people back to be a bad guy. I don't know. It was just useless. I felt lazy. It just felt lazy to me, you know. So season 7, there were great fights in season 7. I think the flashbacks, of course, the Garmadon and Wu fight is my favorite fight of season 7, where they take the powers, and
I think
the fight between, it's not in season 7, but we'll get to it in a minute. Now we could go to season 8 now, right?
I got another question for you.
Yes.
What was the greatest betrayal?
The greatest betrayal?
I know. In your opinion.
Probably. Oh.
I really like Kai's fake betrayal towards spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 4. Kai's fake betrayal.
Yeah, that was good.
In season 4 to Lloyd during the Tournament of Elements.
Probably Skylar's betrayal in season 4. That was the one that hit me the most.
Really?
Because in the first one with Lloyd befriending the Anaconda Pythor, like, you knew he was gonna betray him at some point.
I think it hit me more that like Kai was like fake betraying him. I thought it was real for like when they first introduced it because like they've known each other. Like Kai's destined to protect him, and without Lloyd, like he's nothing. So like I thought if he betrayed him, I was like.
But I always thought Skylar's betrayal was more because like that's the only one I think Kai likes, and if I had to say like who could Kai marry, I think it'd be her.
Yeah.
And it was just
they're canon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it felt really hard, because, like, it was, he just, like, you just saw, like, the love of his, okay, not love of his life.
Hello.
Yeah, but, he just gets hit hard, and then, like, of course, you find out that later on you learn that she is her Chen's daughter, but just seeing Kai learn it.
She gets turned into a snake.
I know, that was creepy.
I know.
Just the whole transformation was so creepy. Should we go into season 8 now? Should we go into season 8 now?
Season 8, yeah.
All right, season 8's gonna be the last. Okay, we'll talk about the other seasons, but very briefly. Season 8, The Sons of Garmadon, in my opinion, ruins Garmadon's character arc. It ruins it, because Garmadon finally redeemed himself.
He picked a plant over his son.
Yeah, it's just like weird. And then of course you have them. Lloyd, of course, has a new voice actor. Oh yeah, do you want to talk about the movie before we get into the 8th season? Because that was made before the 8th season. The movie, the Ninjago movie.
Or which one? Dragon's Rising or the other one?
The Lego Ninjago movie.
Okay, because they came out with a new one called Dragon's Rising. Where they introduced new characters, and Jay and Cole are not in that one.
Why not?
Well, because Jay, I think, went off to do his own thing. And I haven't seen the movie. I've just seen like little details of it. I just know they're not in there, so I'm gonna guess why they're not in it. So I think Jay went off to like do his own thing, like he did like after Zane's first death. Like he went off to do his own thing, or like help in the junkyard or something. And then I think Cole's not there because they couldn't like the actor died.
Yeah, they replaced him though. They replaced the actor.
Maybe they couldn't get him to do it or something.
True. That's true. But
Zane, Kai, and Nia and Lord are there.
yeah. Season 8, in my opinion, of course, ruins Garmadon's character arc because he went from redeeming himself from, of course, being bitten by the Great Devourer, and then he turned into this crazed maniac. But then he redeems himself and saves Ninjago from Chen. Like, that's literal. That just hit me the first time I watched.
That's legit fame right there.
Yeah. And
you could not get hate from that whatsoever.
yeah, it sucks.
Saves Ninjago.
He saves Ninjago. And then, of course, we learn the Sons of Garmadon are people who supported Garmadon in the past, and they wanted to bring Garmadon, the evil version, back from the dead.
Isn't that what Harumi was part of?
Harumi, yes. Harumi was part of the Sons of Garmadon.
I have not seen, like, the latest season. I have not seen, like, seasons, like, 10.
It's very...
I think they have, like, 15 seasons.
Yeah, they have, like,
How
other
many
sides.
seasons do they have?
I think 15, or the side series included. I do not know. But in the Spin Jitsu, Ninjago, the Master Spin Jitsu, there's 15, I think.
Not seen... I've seen all seasons up to 7.
You have... Well, we have seen Season 8. Season 8...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Season 8, The Sons of Garmadon. Harumi, yeah, you knew at some point she was going to portray the group.
So, all seasons up through 9.
I've seen most of the seasons. I just felt like the others weren't really needed. But I will talk about Kirby Morrow's passing in a minute, but I'm just going to talk about Season 8. Season 8, we knew Harumi. I obviously knew Harumi was going to portray them at some point. Like, it was obvious. I just don't like the new...
Lloyd always gets betrayed.
I know. I don't like the new style. That was my problem going into the season.
I honestly kind of liked the new style. I didn't really care as long as they, like, stuck to, like...
The main story?
What Ninjago is.
Or, like
what it is. Like, it's funny. Like, it has ninjas in it. Like, as long as they didn't change, like, the whole content point of it, then I was fine.
And I also, of course, cared about the main story, which they focused on.
If they, like, totally switched it from, like...
Because it's supposed...
Saving Ninjago to, like... Oh, like, they're gonna sell it all out for fame, and then they're gonna realize what they did, and I was just like, that'll ruin the whole thing. So I like how they didn't change it.
And I like how they're still finding Sensei Wu, because it takes place a year after the first season.
Yeah. I
mean, the 7th season, my bad. But it was okay. I like how Wu is a baby, and I like when they find out he's that baby's Master Wu. He's like, Junior!
Master Wu! Oh
Jay's the first one to realize it, which is actually surprising that he's
and why is Cole Jr. standing up and
passing me the pliers? And he's like, I don't think they know what pliers are. And I like how Jay's...
Yeah.
And I like how Jay is like, who knows? He's a living fortune cookie. Everything he does is a puzzle meant to torture us.
Who knows? Fortune
cookie. Everything he does is meant to be a puzzle to torture us. And that is true. Sensei Wu does kind of torture the ninja in a good way.
Not wait until tomorrow. What can be done today? That was kind of easy to understand. But then he gives something like
like a whole lecture, and then he
mad weird.
I don't know. He was. I did like the plot of that. Of course, he comes back over the next 2 seasons. He comes back, and then, of course, they bring the Garmadon back from the dead, because they show him age from a child in the next season, and then, of course, he goes back to his young self, and then, of course, he goes back to being normal old Wu. And one of my favorite battles, this goes along with the ending finale to Season 7. It's the finale. I'm glad they waited to show the fight, but the fight, Wu versus Crux and Acronix, is probably... Again, one of my other favorite fights of the series.
Crux and Acronix are also my second favorite villains.
I know, but we don't get to see it. Everybody was wondering who won, who lost, and then they finally answered it. Wu won. So they show the fight, and of course, my favorite part is we get to see flashbacks.
Yeah. With
the first few seasons, and they time travel and they try to ruin it. I like how Wu even turns into like a young man. It's all right. One of the scenes that actually hit hard was when we go back to the flashback when Garmadon first turned into the evil Dark Lord.
Yeah.
And the katana's lost, and then of course Crux on Cross tried to pick it up. Wu stops it, and he says, as much as I wish to change this moment, I know that I cannot. Someone actually commented on like the first video of that duel being shown, and he's like, wow, even though he knew he could pick up the he knew he could pick up the blade, but he knew it would change the timeline. So he knew even that must have hurt him to not pick up the blade, and then he became the great Dark Lord instead. And that's the one thing he regrets, because he was supposed to go get the katana originally, but he refused. And then Garmadon, of course, says, don't put off what can be done tomorrow, what could it be done today. He went to go get it himself, and then, of course, the Great Devourer bit him.
It's true, everything
it was Wu's fault. Even Wu still blames himself for, Garmadon's turning into the Dark Lord. And then, of course, Wu turns into a child, and then, Crux says, I don't think we'll have a problem handling a bratty child with an embarrassing haircut. And then Wu says that,
oh my god, he's Lloyd in season 1!
Yeah. Yeah. Then, of course, he says, then you've forgotten how rebellious we can be. And then, literally, Wu was even going to sacrifice himself, because he was hit with the reversal blade, so if he did something, then he would destroy them. But then he says, the time blades belong to us, we are the hands of time. And then Wu has one of the best burns. He says this, so you are, and you are nothing but secondhand thugs.
That's cool. But like, not to like completely change the topic here, we can go back to what we were talking about in a minute. But I like how they gave Lloyd like longer hair in the redesign. That's like one of the things I really loved about the redesign. How they like redid Lloyd's
They showed him
hair.
growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could like they got rid of the bowl cut like after he grew up, but like it was still kind of like
he looked like his father. He looked like his dad He looked like his dad mostly in season 2. And then up till season 7. But I love but that burn. He says, you are nothing but secondhand thugs. Wu literally goes up there, because he has the reversal energy. He like puts his hands on the time turner, and then Crux and the Chronix are like, no! And then there's an explosion, and it's rumored that Crux and the Chronix have died, and I think it is confirmed that they did actually die, because the time dome, I think that's what it was called, I forget. But the time dome, it blows up. And they die. And then, of course, you see Wu as a baby floating around. And then, of course, he ends up back. So,
how did he survive?
I don't know. He must have jumped off. But the time dome was destroyed. Is that
How
it?
did he survive?
I think he jumped off, I believe. And then, of course, they reforged the weapons of Spinjitzu, which were the golden weapons. And then, of course, Garmadon is brought back, and, of course, he's just a dark person again. I hated that. I didn't like that. I know. It sucked. Like, that messed up his character arc. So, that's, like, for Season 8. Now we can talk. Do you want to talk about Kirby more and say how, like, the voices, they just ruined his voice?
I didn't think they ruined his voice. I think they got someone relatively close.
Yeah, they did. I think, because Kirby Morrow...
I don't know any of the voice actors except for Kirby Morrow.
A few of them. So. This was brought up in my last episode with Brayden and Dominic. Go watch it. But he said, like how the two actors of Goku and Krillin were talking, and they sounded like just the actual people just talking on the phone. That's true. Like, Kirby Morrow, who actually is, like, one of the best actors of all time, he was the actor of Cole, and then he passed away in 2020 from what his brother Casey described, saying a long history of alcohol abuse. So he basically just, like, OD'd or something, which is kind of sad. And many people were concerned. And then, of course, Lego had to say he did finish his recordings for the next season, but then after that, he will be replaced. I just didn't understand why they didn't get his brother, because his brother and him, I think, sound definitely realistic. I just don't understand why Casey Morrow didn't take up the mantle.
I think, well, like, if somebody close to you, like, related to you, died, and, like...
You don't want to fill in their shoes?
Yeah, because I feel like, to me, that would just be...
Like, we saw this with Cameron Boyce.
Not disrespectful, just feel wrong.
Well, we saw this a few times, like with Cameron Boyce, who was a actor who my sister loves, apparently, like from a few shows.
I love this Descendants franchise.
Yeah, he passed away.
Till the end of the earth.
He passed away, and then, of course, there was Chadwick Boseman, who played the Black Panther, and then he passed away. And Like when Kirby Morrow and Chadwick Boseman, I'm gonna combine both deaths because both deaths were mainstream in 2020. Because first in August we had Chadwick Boseman pass away, and then in November we found out Kirby Morrow pass away. And many people they thought were gonna be replaced. Of course, for Chadwick Boseman, they did not recast the character, but of course for Kirby Morrow they did. I just thought the show honestly was just banking for money at that point. But it was sad to see Kirby Morrow pass away. He was going to keep going until the show ended. And I bet it felt weird because all the actors, I think, are close together in real life. They're close friends, and they just felt it was sad that he passed away.
How couldn't they be close?
Well, the actor of Zayn actually posted a nice little tribute. I'm not going to read it, but he just wrote something nice, so they were very close friends. But I think the actors okay.
Zayn, it's nice because like Zayn and Cole are very close in the show.
They are pretty close.
Isn't Cole the one who finds him?
Yeah, Cole's the first one who Yeah, he's the first one who finds him. Yeah. But
you rusty old tin can. Can you feel the love?
Yeah.
No.
I feel sad that he passed away. That Kirby Morrow passed away. But yeah, it's a shame that happened, and I just think the show isn't really needed anymore. Okay, it is cool to see new episodes and new villains for the ninja to face, but in my opinion, I just don't think we need the show anymore. Like
Ninjago?
Yeah. Okay, maybe not the Ninjago, but how about side movies or side series like with the other ninja?
Well, if they do side series, I feel like that would just be like kind of forced to carry on the show.
True.
So I feel like it just makes more sense for them to carry on the show itself.
And a lot of people Kirby Morrow again. When Kirby Morrow died, a lot of people just wanted Cole to be written off the show because Kirby Morrow did a very good job and he played Cole for 10 years.
There is millions of people who love Ninjago.
I know, there are millions, and I'm one. We love it. Like, we love Ninjago.
Ninjago takes up my For You page.
Yeah. Did you have any other questions you wanted to ask me, Lainie? Just to make sure. You wanted to talk about how like Nia? Oh wait, you already did. But are there any other questions you wanted to bring up while we're on here? What? Like, are you thinking of something good?
We can edit this.
Yeah, but it's.
So.
Did you want to like?
Why?
What?
Why is Jay your least favorite?
I don't know. Like Jay always was just like the one who was there for comic relief, and we didn't get anything good with him.
Yes, we did.
Well, season 6, but then that's it.
No.
Well, season 6 is like the one that I like how each season it focuses on a ninja. Like how in the first 2 seasons.
He gets 2 focus seasons.
Yeah, he gets 2. Kai gets 2, and
I will admit,
Zayn gets 1, and then Cole gets 1, and it's just.
I will admit that like.
Let's just second. Sorry.
I will admit that Nia died in season 6. No, yeah, 6. Skybound, and then
she died again.
Season 8 is the one where she.
I don't think merges. I don't think it was that. It was later on in the
series. Let's just say I don't know the exact season. I'm sorry, but then like she merges with the sea, and I think that was another one of Jay's focus series. So like if. I will admit, if they didn't make the season focused on Jay, then it wouldn't be so repetitive.
Yeah.
Like I can see that. I would have liked a focus season.
Yeah.
Have we ever got a season of after Neo sacrificed?
I don't think so. I think it depends because they have a bunch of side series. I would really like to see
Kai's reaction, like focus season after Nia's merging.
Because
did we?
I think we did, but it depends. I'll have to check. But it's a shame that Nia like died, pretty much. I don't know. Like, fans are split on that decision.
It's like the Corpse Bride, where like she died, but like didn't really.
Yeah, she didn't really die. But yeah, that's like what we think about the Ninjago series as a whole. Do you want to wrap this up?
Sure.
All right. So that's what we think about Ninjago, and we've wanted to make this episode for a long time now, actually. Yeah. And I know my Elena loves Ninjago, so
I
I just she loves it. I just like
so much Ninjago
I've gotten you into that, and just like I think it's fun that
You've
we get
gotten me into so many fandoms. You've gotten me into Harry Potter. You've gotten me into Team and Team. You've got me into Ninjago. You've got me into so many fandoms. Didn't you got me into DC?
I did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, help me.
It started with you, and then I started seeing videos of it pop up on my For You page.
But it's really we love Ninjago. The whole fan base is great. We love the Lego sets. I think my brothers watch my brothers are our brothers. Yeah, our brothers. Our brothers Mikey and Tyler, they love Ninjago. And I think who was it? I don't know if it was Tyler or Mike. They had like the Serpentine Legos. I think they did.
I think so.
Yeah, and they loved the show, and then I think that's how I got into it, or I discovered it on my own. Like, I watched, like, the first series, like, first 2 episodes, like, way back when. And then, of course, like, a few years ago, and I guess, or right around when quarantine hit, that's when I got into the series.
I thought it was earlier than that.
It was earlier than that, or it was during quarantine. I'll have to remember.
I saw you watching it during quarantine.
Yeah.
We used to, like, come out in the mornings before online school, and then I see you watching it while eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Because I woke up, like, right before my classes started.
Yeah. But we love Ninjago.
4th grade.
Yeah, and I was in 6th. But we love Ninjago, and we just like to say that. But thank you guys for watching It's All Geek to Me. Sorry if we laughed a few times. We just, like, we're siblings. We laugh at each other. And
we're cringe.
No, not really. But we just like, and also there's some great moments of the series that we love, and we like couldn't hold it. Like funny moments, right? We couldn't hold it anymore, and like especially the help Samurai, where are you? I love that. Samurai, where are you? All right, get off me. But just thank you guys for watching. Special thank you to my sister Elena for coming on here. Would you like to be on here again at some point?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We were thinking of another episode. We're planning to do a do you want to reveal it here? Craig of the Creek. That's a Cartoon Network show. We'll do Cartoon Network. I'll do Cartoon Network shows here on.
That's another fandom, Craig of the Creek. You got me.
Yeah, I got you into Craig of the Creek. I'll do Cartoon Network shows as well. We'll invite our brothers on here too to see if they'd like to talk about them, because they're big fans, I think, of Adventure Time and all those shows. So thank you guys for watching It's All Geek to Me. Episode 13, or is this episode... Yeah, I think this is episode 13.
Can I log off?
Not yet. Hold on. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for watching me, Sawyer. And thank you to my sister, Elena, for coming on. Lainie, but I just want to use your name first for the end. But thank you to my sister, Elena, for coming on here. Just thank you, Lainie, for spending time on here. Would you like to say anything before you go?
Thanks for having me on here, bro.
You're welcome, Lainie. I'm glad you took your time. I'm sorry, that felt weird for us. I'm sorry. But thank you.
We don't normally log off like that. I usually like hit him in the back of the head or something.
But just
this feels normal.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, you can like log out if you want to.
Right.
Thank you. And while we're here, I'm just going to talk about a few more announcements. All right, thank you, Lainie. Thank you, Lainie, for coming on here. Just go over there. Just go over there while I give some announcements.
Okay.
Sit right there. Just get right there. I'm just gonna say a few announcements about what's going on. Also, I'm planning to bring some more guests on here in the upcoming months. I have a Lord of the Rings episode planned. Of course, me and Lainie just said we're doing a Craig of the Creek episode, and a lot of things have been going on for geek news topics like Fortnite, how they're bringing in the new seasons and all that. Me and Tornado will discuss it. I just have to find the time to do it with him. And Avatar live action, that's coming out soon. It will be out in 2 months. And me and B will get down to it. And yeah, I just thought I'd say those things, what's happening. And then there's going to be another Brain Trust episode. That video did very well. 86 views it's currently at. Thank you guys, actually, for getting people to watch that video. We're planning to bring Paramount back and Tornado back, B back, and Dominic back. We're planning to get those guys on at some point back on here. And I'm planning to bring all the Minecraft people on here, like my Minecraft server. I have a Minecraft server. and we're planning to get all those people on there to do an episode. So please, just thank you all for watching. It's all Geek to me. Stay tuned for the next episodes. Again, thank you to my sister Lainie for coming on here again. You could just make one last appearance. Just say hello and goodbye. Sit down.
Oh.
So just say hello and goodbye. We'll log off together. So yeah, just what? All right. So just thank you all for watching. Say it's all Geek to me, right? Thank you all for watching. It's all Geek to me. And tell your friends about us. Just watch the channel. And thank you all for watching. It's all Geek to me. See you all later.
Bye.
All right, let's log this off.